What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Stills. It's another edition of Kicks with Soul, where the slogan is, every shoe is just a shoe to you. Put your soul into it. And today, first and foremost, welcome back, man. I know I've been away for about a 2-week period, maybe a little longer, but unfortunately, it's been a slow week. Well, really, let me rewind that. It's been 3 misses for me. As you know, I don't hit everything. So I tried to get both of the flight posits to sell, the Cactus Jack for you guys to review. Couldn't get it. And I also tried to get those Caitlin Clarks. Couldn't get them. Sometimes it be like that. But trust and believe, those 3 will be in the vote most likely before the end of the year. Just got to keep going with the flow, and eventually something that's always come across your table. That's how I go. But we do got the Kobe's coming out next week, and we do have the Aqua 8s coming out next week, so we should be back at it. But for the time being, let me put you guys on something. I'm joint trade block not too long ago. This is my 3rd trade with trade block. I'm liking trade block, man. If you know anything about me, I do double ups on shoes that I can, or any shoes that I can grab. That's a good, I feel like a good shoe, and I sit on them and I just throw them up on trade block. And what so no, we got one of the joints that I missed out on last year. I got it on my want list on GOAT. Just haven't really got to it. It's not too high. It's like a 240-ish range, probably about 280 with taxes altogether. So it's just been sitting in my wants list on GOAT. But somebody out there wanted that Haley Wilson really bad. I had 2 of them. I still got mine's icy over there. So I looked at it as a fair trade. He probably looked at it as a fair trade. So what we got here today is the Jordan 3 Nina Chanel. You should already know that with this dope box. Little bit about Nina. She's a sister. She's a big artist. She was born in Illinois, but she is based out of, her office is based out of New York right now. And I had to do a little research because I wanted to know a little bit more about Nina Chanel. I do remember a couple years back she dropped a 2. It wasn't really my flavor, you know what I mean? But I appreciated her craftsmanship. When I saw this one, I was like, oh yeah. So yeah, she's a big artist, kind of like what I did read that she was into. She put a lot of sexism, homophobic, racism, politics, like real problems in a society that we're dealing with now. She put that into art form. So I thought that was cool. And then she's a sister, she's black, and Jordan give her a collab. I always got to appreciate that. So if we took a look at the box, it does have that concrete texture, almost like that brick by brick. Not so rough, but it's also, you can feel it like a sandpaper, maybe like a 0 grade, something little like that. Box read, and this is a women's exclusive. They just went to men's sizes, so this is size 13.5, 12 in my size. And the box label read, women's Air Jordan 3 Retro OG SP for special practice. Special package. We got, black Malache Baya Cop. Oh wow, not the best reader. we gonna just go with green, cream, and a little bit of that orange right now. So let's flip this thing open now. You see we got some cool detail looking paper right here. I always wanted to know what's the inspiration behind this, but I didn't read into her shoe with this. I just looked at a little bit of her biography just to see if I knew a little bit about her, just to have a little bit to talk about beyond the shoe. And why did I want this shoe? I really did want this shoe. This is when I didn't know too much about everything else but sneakers last year. And that you had to go with the wave last year, because last year it surprised me because nothing was hard to get. Everything was sitting. And then this year, threw a wrench, So let's take a look at these guys on the sole table. Take a nice little spin, and we will begin to break this down. Such a dope shoe. I know this shoe is different. It's not an everyday shoe, and I think that's what make this shoe will probably be in the vote for a very long time, because it's a unique looking shoe. Very unique. So let's take it off. Off top, we're gonna talk about the elephant in the room. We got this canvas right here, almost like a denim jean material, but not so rough, but it's definitely like khaki or kind of like Carhartt material, you know what I'm saying? And it's got that all nice base green right there. We got the where the elephant print will be, kind of like the on my years. We have just the suede, no elephant print. I do like the cut of the shoe. You see it got that nice cut, not too boxy at the toe cap. And on this, on the midsole, we got like an aged cream. Not really aged because the whole shoe is just cream. I really wouldn't say this the age, is just cream. I'm gonna go with cream. Got some nice rope laces in the front right here. I'm not really too big of a fan of the rope laces, but in this shoe, it goes. In the rodeos, it goes. Some of the Forests, it goes. But when you ask me would I put in rope laces in anything, I wouldn't take no shoelaces out and put rope laces in. But if they come with rope laces, you know, I'll rock out. I would see some nice, I might, nah, because these are cream. But I would say I would like to see what the cream flat laces will look like. You know, the normal 3 laces we get. I think that'll probably look good. And as you see on the tongue, there's no padding. There's no padding all in the ankle, you know, and it's all leather inside that ankle liner, sock liner I meant. It's all leather. Kind of give you a reminder of the On My Years. The tongue gives you the same instant, the just thin, nice thin leather in the inside, cool cut at the toe. And it's stiff now. It ain't flimsy, but it's thin though. And then on the inside, we do have very craftsmanship. I like the craftsmanship of the shoe. Like, look at the craftsmanship. Look at the detailed stitching. Two-tone leather right there, along with the leather in the back. And on that one, it says Air Jordan. And on this one, it has her name. That is very cool. Also, we have like a little spot-on little hint of orange right there. It's just a Jumpman logo. I guess that's something she added on there because these are not on the 3s. And if we go on the back, normally our 3s have the flap. This is actually sewed in. Very nice form, very small. And this is my favorite part of the shoe. Nike on the back, but it's almost like a Chanel stitched in, but it's like a Chanel patch. Look at that. That is dope. And also for one of the first times, I don't know, I wouldn't say the first time, because I haven't been too big on like collab shoes in the past. So y'all let me know, have Jordan ever let anybody like not butcher, but change the logo? Because if we even look at this logo right here, right? From the outside, from the distance, it definitely looks like a Jumpman logo. But if you take a little bit more detail, you see the box stick figure almost in there's no detail in the shoe. In his shoes, there's no gut, there's no shorts, it's just straight stick man, like hangman almost. And I want to say that's part of her artistic view of the shoe. Kind of like when you look at the box, kind of like when you look at this paper, it just reminds you of some kind of artist, you know, creation, you know. Got the MVP, got 1988. That's when these Jordans did drop. So I think there's a lot of nice little Easter eggs. And on the bottom, very different. Don't know where the vote came from, but it's at the bottom. And it's not really my cool part of the shoe, but it's the bottom. And we do got Nike instead of Jordan, so it's OG form. But I just don't know what that is about. You know, there's no more lime green on the shoe. And we got laces. We got laces. I think the laces turned into a Newport, you know, like a Newport looking shoe, you know, but it will pop because of that. But I think I'm sticking with the cream. I'm going to stick with the cream right there. I'm going to stick with the cream. And I think that's about it, y'all. Oh, got a nice little hang tag. Yes, I am team hang tag, so this ain't coming off. It's going to stay right there. But this is kind of like, it's not like the OG and it's not like the newer ones. It's very thin, but it's still nice hard plastic, kind of like that see-through plastic we get, but it's not see-through. It's not trying to, you can't see through it. It's just two-tone. There's an air on the back on this side, and then air on this side with the Jordan. And actually, look, the Jordan's logo is the actual Jordan logo on that side, and then when you flip it around, you have her stick image. So I'm glad I looked at that because that was clearly a description I was trying to show you guys on that, where you do have the regular Jordan logo right there, but then if you just turn it around, bang, look at that. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Welcome to the collection. You know, trade block, you know, only thing downfall about trade block, but I just unlocked the fact that I think I get my stuff 40% cheaper. So that means trades along, they're about $56. So trades will no longer be 56. It'll probably be about a good little $25 or something. And I think it's fair to pay that because you paying for the fact that if the shoe is not exactly how they described it, because they can tell you if it's used. They so petty down to the box. Like this box had a dent on the side, they will have to tell me that. Because if you send them that $56 and it's not what you say, oops, Trade Block will take your money. And then they will give the other person the option to still go through with the trade, or they can just send them their money back and their shoe back and just send your shoe back, dock your points for having like what kind of trusted customer you is. And I think that saves all the bull crap. Now, don't get it twisted. It be in a lot of times where I almost looked at the person and said, hey, you want to get my Instagram and we could just ship, you know what I mean? We can FaceTime, we could just ship at the same time. But that comes with trust, that comes with continuity, that comes with me. I have some kind of trust for you. And the sneaker game is really kind of shaky, especially on Trade Block, because I think for Trade Block is in the middle. Because Trade Block won't even let you do something like, say for instance, even if I wanted to be like, hey, I really like those little regular Panda Dunks. You can get my brick by brick. Trade Block gonna be like, whoa, wait. That's not a fair trade. Don't do that. So I like Trade Block, you know what I mean? But if you equal up to it, that's what some people don't realize. If like, say for instance, my brick is valued at 700 on Trade Block, they will let you add up to how many ever shoes until you get to the 700, which I don't think that's fair because some people just shoot for the stars. But hey, all you gotta do is deny it or block it. Like some people will put 5 regular Dunks, but it'll equal up to 700. And then they be like, yeah, that's fair for the bricks. Technically, yes. But, you know, when I look at their closet, they sitting on Grinches, they sitting on kids of immigrants, they sitting, and you like, hold on, Blair. You want to take my heat, but you want to give me, so that point right there, that, you're going to run into a lot of that on Trade Block. But other than that, if you search around, it's like Instagram or Facebook. You follow people, you got their pictures, you see they trusted, it's their trusted person. You can also just bid on shoes. You can also trade used shoes. You can do a lot of things. You can sell your shoes, and you can talk directly to the people. So if y'all not on Trade Block, you know, this ain't a sponsored thing, so I'm just putting you people on because it might not be good for everybody to do that. It's just my method, and if it's good for you, you can get along with it. Like I say, I've been there with the Kobe All-Stars. I was only able to get a 10.5. I needed a 13. But I ended up buying that 10.5 from APB. I went to Trade Block and was like, yo, anybody got a 13? You know, I was shooting for the stars. Came across a guy that had a 13. I said, hey, man, listen, I love Kobe. I'll throw 50 plus the trade swap. I didn't think I really needed to throw the 50 simply because the 10.5 was valued at the same as the 13. But to make it fair, because you don't have, if you bought the 13, you needed the 13. He wore 13. So I'm like, let me try to do this. And it worked. So sometimes you just got to shoot for the stars, but you got to be a little fair. And like I say, I'm still sitting on a couple bangers. I got another Cement 4 over there. I got another flu game over there. I was in the air about my Yachties, but them things creeping up. Them things are like $550 right now. So I'm like, you know what? I might keep them things. You know what I'm saying? I might just keep them things. You know what I'm saying? Because I liked it for the personal. You know, I didn't buy it to be like, oh, I got the Yachties. It wasn't even going to be like no resale. His first shoe didn't have no resale. They kind of bombed. I just liked the creativity of the shoe. And I'm from uptown. I mean, from New York. So we love uptown. So I went with it to be different. Now, all of a sudden, that's what I be trying to tell y'all. We don't know. Even your favorite shoe YouTuber really don't know. They just want to portray what's going to be the next, because we didn't know the 5 was going to do that, right? We thought the white Cement 4 was going to do that. Even some thought the flu games was going to do that, right? And then we might turn around and be like, oh, the Caitlin Clark is going to be whack, whatever. Yeah, all right. And then you see what that did. Then you might see something like the Air Maxes be like, oh, you know what I mean? Because right now that Yachty, I've been doing my research, not really like I care about it, but I was like, after I found out how much it was worth, I'm looking at all the shoes that we missed out on or dropped this year. The only shoe that's holding a candle to that Yachty in my size, I wear size 12, so y'all can fact check me. The only shoe, I'm gonna tell you all the shoes you can get before you can get this Yachty. The Yachty and the bricks is up there in their own lane. But you got the metallic 5s. You got the the band Jordan 1 high, the one that was only 10,000, what, 23,000, right? They cheaper. Them flight posits are cheaper. Those, all of them. The Travis Scotts that dropped this year, both of them, they're cheaper. The Kids of Immigrants, they're cheaper. The Galaxies, they're cheaper. The Kobe's, they're cheaper. All the Kobe's, even the Caitlyn is cheaper. You know what I mean? It might be creeping up because that Caitlyn was doing some numbers. Now, I would hold off with the Levi because I don't know. It's been too early. That Levi just dropped yesterday, and that Levi already at like 4. I was like, yo, glad I didn't want that shoe. It's a hype shoe, and it's a nice shoe, but it wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? So congrats to everybody that got your hands on that, because that's one of the ones. That's going to be one of the ones at the end of the year where you look at all these numbers and they try to play. But if you listen to the YouTuber, they only try to talk about, oh, you get that Ferrari 14. They try to talk about all Jordans. So they got to have some kind of relationship with Jordan. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't like nobody picture. You don't show nobody no love, but you show Jordan all that love, and he ain't doing nothing for you, and he making our stuff hard to get. Clearly, you got some kind of relationship, man. But that's to each his own. I don't hate. I appreciate, because I'm in my own lane, and I'm going to stay focused in my own lane and give my Kicks with Soul people what they want to hear. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I got for y'all today. Stay tuned. Sorry for the break, but not really sorry, because I'm trying to put my feet to the ground. But unless you just want to spend all that money, you just got to go with the flow. And I tell y'all, it's not against paying resale. I'm not against paying resale. I'm just about 34 shoes into this year, and I'm starting to read the room a lot better when I'm starting to realize, like, whoever trying to put these numbers up, they can't stick to their guns for the whole year unless it's a brick or, you know, like the Yachty, you know, or the 5. You know, everything else been slowly having to dip because they sitting on a bunch of heat that nobody's spinning the block for that number. Same as these sneaker resale stores. Go into your favorite resale store. They probably got like a bunch of mediocre stuff for $400, but when you look at them bangers, they so high, ain't nobody buying them, man. You know what I mean? Nobody buying them. Maybe you get off with the bricks because people gonna be panicking, trying to spin a block and trade everything they can for the bricks. But metallic 5s, maybe. Breads, doubt it. They coming back out. Them 95s, you want 300 all you want. I don't see people just saying, I'm gonna give you 300. I wouldn't have gave you 300 if I ain't get them for retail. Like, but you can dream all you want. You know what I'm saying? You can dream all you want when there's so many nice shoes coming out that they just sitting on the wants. Like, my wants is lit, and I could easily go back and just start going that route, but it's so much to keep looking forward to. And the bots, they gotta what? Buy everything to keep up with us. So eventually, the shoe that you missed out, they're going to be chasing the other shoes. Unless they got the big warehouse, they just stock and sit on shoes. From what I see, motherfuckers got a house. So you can't carry 80 pairs of every drop the way Nike and Jordan is dropping. So with that being said, y'all focus and do what's best for you. Whatever move is best for you. If you don't believe in nothing after retail, each his own. If you believe in, hey, I'm going to get the shoe regardless, I'm going to go right to GOAT or StockX right after on FOMO, congrats to you. If you say, hey, I don't even trip, I don't want the shoe, but I ain't about to go through doing all the raffles, I salute you. Everybody is in their own lane. You know, it's your boy Stills, and I'm going to get up out of here. We're going to take a soul spin one more time, and we're going to hit y'all with the slogan. It's your boy Stills. The slogan is, every shoe is just a shoe to you. Put your soul into it.